Hello, my name is Alana and I go to Mid-Pacific Institute.
And my name is Heidi, and I also go to Mid-Pacific Institute.
And this is our science fair project about how the depth of water affects the
Perception of color.
Yes.
So we got to thinking, how does the depth of water affect the perception of color?
Let's find out!
For our hypothesis, we said that as the depth of water increases, the perception of color will be altered.
Okay, so for the materials for our project, we used a boat, diving gear, 4 diving sticks of different colors, and a GoPro to document our data.
So each color is a part of the color spectrum and it has its own unique wavelength. The colors we see on an object are due to the light that is being reflected by the surface of that object. For example, if we have a red object, all other colors will be absorbed into that object except the red, which is what we perceive in our eyes. The color spectrum is divided into 7 different parts, which is the color of the rainbows: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Purple has the shortest wavelength, ranging from 390 nanometers to 430. The wavelengths will gradually increase as they go through the color spectrum up to red, and red has the biggest wavelength, which is 650 nanometers to 800 nanometers. When the light penetrates the water, some of the light will be absorbed into the water, which is trying to be reflected off of the object to show the color. And this is what will cause the perception of the color to change. What should happen during the experiment, considering good conditions of weather, the red should be the one that should have the perception of color altered first, since it has the biggest wavelength. Since blue and violet have the shorter wavelength, its color will penetrate deeper into the water.
So we went out in Kaneohe Bay on a boat, and using a depth gauge, we found a depth that was 50 feet, and then we set anchor and Heidi got into her diving gear. We wrote the names of the colors on the sticks because we knew that they would change, and then we put them all on a piece of rope, and Heidi dove down with it, and at each increment of 10 feet she showed the GoPro each stick to show the change in color. One of the things that could have affected our experiment was the weather. It was really cloudy and the sun wasn't out, so the amount of light that went into the water changed the perception of the color, so that could have affected our data. Another thing that could have affected our project was that the GoPro fogged up at times, which made it a little hard to see which stick was being shown. Also, when we got to the bottom of the ocean floor, our feet kicked up sand and it sort of blocked the camera's view, so that made it hard to see the color of the sticks.
These are the 4 diving sticks that we used for our project. And these are the results, with red being completely altered at a depth of 30 feet, yellow being completely altered at 40 feet, and green and blue being almost visible all the way down.